Okay, so let me take it from here. So I would just, before we go into the second day, would like to take a step back and talk to you a little bit more about our chapter work around the world, but also, well, particularly the chapter workshops that we do. So on the right-hand side of your screen, you see that a little listing of how many chapters we have per region. So totally we have 121 chapters worldwide. And we have 10 special interest groups that are similar to chapters, but they have a global scope and are focused on a specific topic related to our vision and mission. You see there that the breakup of the chapters per region, and you see Middle East only has 4 chapters, but we also work very closely with the chapters from North Africa, for example. And the reason for not having many chapters in this region, well, there are various reasons. One of them is that the volunteer culture is not as widespread in this region than it is in others. So we're also at the same time exploring other ways of engaging our members in the countries that do not currently have a chapter. And we do work with a few countries where chapter formation is ongoing. So that's the current situation in terms of our chapters worldwide. We do, those of you who've been with us for a while, you know that we typically do a physical event, a physical chapter workshop per region per year. These are opportunities for chapter leaders, chapter members to come together, to learn from each other, to exchange with Internet Society staff, share experiences, at the same time also develop plans that are, where possible, aligned with our current projects that we do at the global level with the Internet Society. And last but not least, to network and strengthen the regional volunteer communities. Next slide. Oh, next slide, it's me. Sorry. So the chapter workshops, as I just mentioned, are typically physically events. This year is different, as you all know. We're all grappling with COVID-19, but going through that, we realized that the internet is actually there and offers an opportunity. It offers continuity. It has highlighted at the same time the importance of having a better, reliable and affordable internet for everyone, because it ended up being such a lifeline for all of us, I think, to get through this very difficult time. So with this in mind, the chapter workshops have then been retailored or tailored to this context and take place virtually on one end, and are also have been put together with the help of local volunteers to identify the priority topics that are most relevant for each of the regions. And the agenda has then been developed for each of those workshops accordingly. So on the right-hand side, you see the list of all the 6 regional chapter workshops that we do have. Middle East, we're somewhere there in the middle. And we still have the Latin American and the North American, the Caribbean workshop to come after that. So what would we like to achieve by the end of this week, end of these 2 days? We would like you all to come out of this workshop with a good knowledge about what the current Internet Society projects are. We started that discussion yesterday with an overview of our big focus areas, build and grow. And we would like you to really come away with a good knowledge of these and an understanding also of what the goals are of these projects underneath these big focus areas. We'd like you to have a good understanding of how the topics discussed during this workshop are relevant to your local context. Some of them are more relevant than others, depending on the region, depending on the focus, depending on even the situation of a country. We'd also like you to have a clear plan on concrete chapter activities that you will implement following the workshop. So there are in these, specifically in the project sessions, there are a few ideas that do come up, are suggested as to activities that could potentially be implemented locally after the workshop. We'd like you to have clarity on how the Internet Society can support you, can support the chapters, both in running the chapter, but also in implementing such activities. And specifically today, we also have some discussions around chapter development and sustainability. So the aim here is really to share best practices, to see what works, what doesn't, and learn from each other. And the last 2 points are very important. They're more difficult than in a typical setup where we all be in a room and we can chat over coffee. But we'd still like you to come away with new, at this time, at this point, virtual friends, and that you had some fun during the sessions too. That's important. It's volunteer work. It's volunteer work on a Saturday today. So we'd really like this to be engaging, and that you all come out of this with a smile on your face. So yes, so we look forward to discovering and showcasing the results that do come out, and to discover the chapter initiatives that we hopefully will see after the workshop, and that we will support you with.
Thank you, Christine.
So yes, with this, I just want to wish you a great virtual workshop. This is a picture from last year's physical workshop that took place in Beirut, in Lebanon. So just to give you a sense, we hope that you will all still have a good time. And yes, after yesterday, I'm very, very hopeful for that, because it was a great day yesterday, and I'm looking forward to the discussions today. So thank you, Hannah, back to you.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Any questions for Christine regarding the chapters? Any information that you would like to know? I will remind you, you can drop your questions in the chat.
And I will be here with you today. So
there's a question, I guess, from Mona regarding the UAE chapter. It's a long question, Mona. I will try to read it. Contacted 13 people. I think, Mona, that's a good question, but I would say it would be better, Christine, you can answer to leave it for a, you know.
Yeah, I just tried to roughly contacted like rough number. So we are like 13 people, and we were all wondering where is the UAE chapter has gone. So they were all ready to participate and volunteer, and they all, 13, everyone has their own contacts. So I believe we can reach the minimum number to resume the chapter. Will that be enough?
Yeah, I think, Mona, I think this is a very particular situation that we can definitely work on with you going forward. There were several things that did come together. One is the volunteer culture in the region, but also having 25 locals. That was a difficult. Some of these countries, as you all know, there's a lot of immigrants, expats living there. So that was one of the challenges that we faced there. But we'd be very happy to pick up this discussion with you following the workshop and start moving to see if we can find a way.
Okay,
definitely. Yeah,
okay,
thank you.
Yeah, I guess we would all love to see a chapter, back in UAE. That would be great. And in all other countries, I see today we have, I guess I saw Oman, Riyadh. So maybe we can have, this will be a start for new chapters. Great. Thank you very much.